It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Jets and the Bills, next on Madden Football.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Finding Knox there, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. To throw, it's Allen. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Rodgers now to throw. And this one is incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. And again, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And you know, Charles, it's been a terrific season for them. They couldn't quite get that #1 seed and the associated bye that goes with it, but nevertheless, they've got to be one of the favorites here to win it all.
They do because of the season that they've had, the position that they're in, and we know under the old playoff system, they would have this game off. This weekend would not be one that they would play, but nevertheless, maybe it's a good thing. Sometimes you carry that momentum from the season all the way through the playoffs. If you get that open week, sometimes you lose it a little bit. So I think that's what's going to be their mindset.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. First carry for... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers.
And a check down complete to Hall.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Allen, it's complete. He dials up Davis once more.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st down, Allen. He's got the hookup with Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Harris. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hines, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Allen now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Hall again on 2nd down. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Allen now looks to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a 1st down as well. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the 2nd quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Allen now on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Here's Hardman to return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over. There's Mecole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On the delay, here's Hines. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. Completes it to Hardman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Rodgers now to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Open man here is Conklin.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And he has got it. From 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Allen going to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Looking to throw. Allen. Flush to his right.
Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Ed Oliver, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
Hines now on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. The kick by Bass is good.
And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be... Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And Diggs has it. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York set to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Ball again on second down.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd and 10, Allen escaping, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
John Franklin Myers. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Gets past one man. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Jets. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Rodgers.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Allen again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now.
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Allen. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
John Franklin Myers able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's remind everyone what we've got coming up in tomorrow's action in the AFC. We've got a good one on tap, as it'll be the LA Chargers squaring off against the Cincinnati Bengals. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half, and they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On play action, Rodgers. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now, Rodgers.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 14. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year, and look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
A great play there. There to make the grab.
And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
To throw again on second down. Allen.
Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have a Bills first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And some room to work.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now they'll throw with Allen.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Forced out to his left. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now Allen. Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
The kick by Bass is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
All again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Allen. This one caught by Davis.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. New York set to take the field.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Room here to run. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 62 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bills offense back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
John Franklin Myers, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They pitch it to Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Jets will take over. On play action, now Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Von Miller, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Now Rodgers.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
But I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And the Jets set to take the field.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. Open man here is Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
A handoff for Hall.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Rodgers. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen, he's got this one complete to Sherfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. This is Hines. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Here's Allen. Touchdown! Gabriel Davis from 4 yards out. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give to Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Hall again on 2nd down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Hall. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And this wild card game has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, with obviously a very critical drive forthcoming as they start with a first down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Diggs has it. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. To the air, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hines. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On play action, Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On play action, Allen. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They run with Hines. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. From the 39, Allen. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. A 4th quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Here's Hall again. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Rodgers. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
2nd down at 5. Back to the ground with Hall.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
On the draw, it's Hall.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Zerline's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Allen and the Bills now down by 6. 1:45 to play. A touchdown likely means they move on in these playoffs. Tense moments for the hometown faithful as they've got it with a first down. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Allen.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now Allen, got to have this one.
And that's complete to Davis.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender
it worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Throwing is Allen. That's taken in by Knox. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Allen. He completes it to the tight end Knox. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now the focus shifts to the Jets, trailing by a point, 47 seconds remaining. A field goal would produce a playoff stunner on the road, but this crowd is going to let them hear it here on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers, finding Hardman. That's good, the completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2nd down and 3. Rodgers to throw. Open man here is Conklin. Oh, and that a very short gain. They do get a first, but short pickups, not what they're looking for. Back to throw, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he will be out of bounds here, but that will take precious seconds off the clock on a play that will wind up going for no gain. Now Rodgers. That's caught by Wilson. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to almost certainly win the football game. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page.